everyone. You're in the office with Joseph SKODA. Look at my office. It's outside where it should be. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about Labor Day. A lot of us are barbecue on Labor Day, which is always a lot of fun. Well, that's obviously not up and running right now, but it will be later on. Yesterday I was at the beach in Morro Bay, California. Gorgeous. Got to see the sunsets and enjoy all of that fun nature that we have, that God given us. The problem is, Labor Day, like most other holidays, there is a lot of traffic on the road. A lot of people vacationing, going out of town, going to the beach, like where I live, or going to the mountains visiting friends or family. And it's a good time to do so. But have fun whatever you're doing. Now, what about Labor Day? Labor Day is a time we celebrated, well, think back in the unions. Before the unions, everybody's working 18, sometimes even 20 hours a day, maybe it's 12. It's before my time, but they were working hard. No health care, no insurance. Families were not taken care of. If you overworked, hurt yourself, that's kind of too bad. But through the industrial age and through the unions and through so many other things, we have a time now where we appreciate and recognize everyone who's working, all those that have jobs, whether it's in the fields or in the school or president or whatever it is, military. We're appreciating more and more those that use their backbone and their hard labor to make the world go round, to hopefully make our world a better place. Now look at this barbecue pit I have right here. It's seen better days. It's seen better days. But trust me, I've used this on a lot of Labor Days. And it's pretty exciting when you have the big bonfire going on and you sit back with the drink of your choice, maybe some hot dogs or marshmallows, and just appreciate what we have going on for us. Now, you and I know that our world isn't perfect. The United States of America really isn't perfect, and a lot because people, you and I, are not perfect. But when we can recognize the fruits and labors of other people and what they're doing to try to make the world a better place, everyone wins. We can appreciate people's differences. We can appreciate other people's skills that maybe you and I don't have. Now, I used to think I had a lot more skills than I actually do, even though I'm a licensed mechanic. I've fueled airplanes, and besides that, I just too many things. A realtor and many other things I'm qualified to do and certified in different areas, but I'm not an expert in those. And that's something I want to talk a little bit about. Even though you may start off your life as a plumber, an architect, a painter, whatever it is, going to college for something, and later on in life say, I'd like to try something else. Go ahead and try that something else. Understand, I probably had 5 different careers in my short life on this earth already. And a lot of you've had 5, 10, 20 different jobs in some cases. But mix it up. Find out what you have a passion for and become the best at it. Become the best at it. And don't look down on someone else that's doing what you may believe is menial labor. If that brings them peace and happiness and a sense of fulfillment, who are you and I to judge someone else for the decisions they made? Now you and I know, we see people going a little bit off track and probably making some poor decisions. And we need to learn how to show the encouragement, the love, and maybe some guidance to help them get back on track to where they need to be. But it's okay to fall. It's okay to fail. It's okay to make mistakes. We just have to bounce back and make the best of it. Learn from our mistakes, as you and I know. And try not to be so critical of one another. Now you see, I've got this beautiful yard, a white picket fence. How many of us thought we'd have a white picket fence in our yard growing up? We all wanted it, but I've got it. It's right here, and I'm very fortunate for the place I do live. Now, it wasn't always this nice. I've lived in questionable places in the past. But it's because of some of the better decisions I made later on in life, I'm able to mix it up just a little bit better. And that's okay. If I had the same Well, we all hear it. If I knew what I know now back then, life would be so much better. Maybe, maybe not. Because you and I are still, we have to make our own way in some aspect. We still have to learn from our own mistakes. We still have to figure out what life's all about. And what life's all about for me may not fit you. May not fit you. So you and I just need to appreciate one another and see what's going on. So like I said, I love this area and I'm enjoying other people. I didn't build a house, but I appreciate those that did the labor, the electricians, the plumbers, the contractors, construction, carpenters, landscapers that made it all work. Things I could learn how to do, or I could just watch someone else do it while I'm doing something else. Because we need to use our skills to the best of our ability, make a good living, and either learn something else to build a house, or obviously pay someone what they're owed to do a good job for us, because that's a different skill set. If you and I had the same skill set, great. But Labor Day is awesome. It's a time where we, like I said, we talk about we're having those celebrations, we're picnicking, maybe going to the beaches, visiting family. Most of us don't have to work on Labor Day, which is good. And those that are working, hey, we appreciate you. We appreciate you. There are some jobs organizations, the police force, restaurants, plumbers, all of those kind of things that seem to never have a day off. Those of us in the military, we understand there's no real day off. You maybe take a breather, but we know if we're not physically at work, we're on call, because anything can happen at any given time. But those are the professions we chose. So if you're out vacationing out there, appreciate those that are picking up the trash around you. Appreciate those that are making your meal. Appreciate those selling you gas at the gas station. They'd much rather be at the beach enjoying time with their families also. But instead, they're focusing on making your life just a little bit easier for that particular day. Now, one thing I don't do often enough, I want you to look at this a little bit. See the different trees around here, but look at this bush. I want to talk a little bit about the flowers. How many of us take time to smell the flowers? Purple, it's my favorite color. How many of us take the time to really enjoy nature? The sunflowers back there kind of dying right now because of the heat. We have a heat wave this weekend, very killer, and actually my air conditioning is kind of going out of my car, and something I'm going to appreciate the mechanic tomorrow when I take it to get it serviced. And it's those little things in life, sometimes we don't prepare. Right, my AC worked fine most of the time. I live in an area, it's usually 60s, 70s, maybe 80s year round. Well, this weekend, it happens to be in the hundreds. We don't get that very often where I live, but I could have prepared a little bit better and made sure my air conditioner's up to snuff. The oil change is done. And we need to do that, not just with our vehicles, but with our lives. As you know, we're living in a time of uncertainty, financial uncertainty in some cases. If you lost your job tomorrow, and some of you might already be unemployed or laid off for who knows how long. But if you lost your job tomorrow, are you developing the skills, or have you developed the skills to find another job right away? That's where a lot of us make mistakes. Is sure, we might be the best carpenter. Great, fantastic. What happens if you hurt your leg? And you can no longer go out there and bending over and lifting things and moving things and whatever the case may be. And quite frankly, if you and I can't do our jobs anymore, we have a good chance of losing our jobs. So do you have that backup plan? Are you looking out for potential if anything happens in your lives? Sure, the lottery is one way, but that's not going to work for most of us. Let's be realistic. So what are you and I doing to prepare ourselves for the unexpected? I've just told you we had a heat wave. What if we had floods tomorrow? And I live in California where we have a lot of fires and earthquakes, mudslides, different times of years. It's not uncertain. We know what happens. We just don't know where it's going to happen next all the time. So to have a to-go bag, a fire extinguisher, clothing, all your important paperwork's aside, a resume filled out. It's just part of the preparation for what could happen, what should happen. So you and I have to always be prepared. There's a death in the family. Do you have a little extra money to travel for a funeral or have a funeral? Or what about a family member that lost their job? Can we help them pay their bills? You know, we need to look out for that. It's not just about us. It's how are we going to serve others and make their lives better? I've been down the dumps and I've had a helping hand from time to time. And now I help others when I can, because we have to. Nothing's perfect. I'm not perfect. But this is Labor Day. Take a breather from our normal jobs in life and appreciate those that still have to work and what they all have to bring to the table. You and I need each other. We need diverse cultures. We need a different perspective. Different perspective. Let's just put it that way. You and I can look at the same thing and have a different idea of what it looks like, what it says, or what the meaning is. Let's just appreciate, try to understand why we act different sometimes. It's okay. We're all going to we should all just get along and enjoy the life that God's given us and do the best to help each other through their difficult times also. You get out there, have yourself a great Labor Day, enjoy the barbecue, the beach, stay out of the traffic if you can, and I know you can. Have yourself a great day. In the office with Joseph SKODA. Behind you.
John is an employee at one of the most famous firms in the city of New York, so his job is very hectic, and he realized that it is necessary for him to go and finally take a vacation. But he went on a vacation without planning out the details, and wasn't able to truly enjoy where he went because he had to think about so many things that he didn't plan for. Instead of enjoying his time away from work, he came back with more stress that he was not able to take full advantage of his vacation. But this year, a coworker suggested him to try World Ventures this time to make his vacationing more enjoyable and less stressful. They do not require you to plan anything outside of your transportation, which is also available at discounted rates. Your stay, your transport, and many meals are planned by the club. John liked the idea very much. He tries World Ventures, and his experience with the club was amazing, as he made many friends there with whom he had a great time. John recommends that everyone should try this club, as they are the best in business. See how the VIP-vacation-club.com can give you the right experience without all the hassle. Enjoy the VIP experience that only World Ventures provides.
We are now reaching our second-year anniversary on our inspirational, educational, and entertainment programmings. As part of our journey, we are so grateful to announce that our programs are now available to watch live in real time on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch, and Periscope. A big appreciation to all our followers, viewers, supporters, and to those who are cheering for our success. Thank you very much for your patronage. For 2 years we have produced over 25 shows. And joined by passionate collaborators, individuals, and organizations. Social media shows network's 2-year anniversary, and 100 episode celebration, and $100 giveaway. No purchase necessary. Go to socialmediashows.com for more details.
Live streaming on social media is the best new way to interact and bond with your community. Do you love to encourage, motivate, and empower others, but you do not know how? Well, your opportunity starts with us on social media shows. We have 20 shows a week live streamed across the globe, with a reach of over 80,000 and growing. So you can host your own show, and you can be anything you want to be. So let's bring the community together, and let's bring the world to you. Join us now.
Hello, everyone. You're in the office with Joseph SKODA, G.I. Joe SKODA. Something I want to talk to you a little bit about is, are you aware that you and me are contagious? Sure, we're contagious. And take, for example, people around us. If we walk into a situation, there's negativity all around us, that affects us. That affects us, and then we become negative or sad or lonely or depressed if we're surrounded by those kinds of people. What about those that are upbeat, always positive, always optimistic? They too are contagious, and it's infectious, and it's a good infection to have. Which one are you? Which one are you? Are you the optimist or the pessimist? And why? And do you need to change? Do you want to change? Or are you happy just where you are? Well, hello, everyone. Once again, my name is Joseph SKODA, and I'm mostly optimistic most days. But it was not always that way. I've had my ups and downs in my journey we call life, like everyone else has. I've had good jobs, I've had no jobs, I've lived in nice places, I've lived in no places. And that's a whole different story we can talk about some other time. But I want to talk a little bit about enthusiasm. Because to be optimistic, you and I need to have enthusiasm in our life. Enthusiastic people surrounding us that say, yeah, this is going to be a great day. So probably me and millions of other people around the world will start our day off with some coffee, and that's a good way to wake up in the morning. Gives us a little bit of energy. And when we don't have coffee, and if you like cream or sugar, which I don't, then obviously it's not the best experience, coffee or not. But whatever gives you that jump start in the morning, it might be a kick out of the bed from your significant other, and that could be good or maybe not so good. Depends on what that's all about. Is it a love kick, a love tap, or is it like get out of here and get a job or something? Whatever it is. But you and I have an attitude, good or bad, that people can notice. People do notice, especially if we have children. Trust me, they know what's going on. We can try to hide and put that facade out there, maybe even wear a mask so the world don't see the real us. But we can reek good, bad, or ugly. Do you want to reek good, bad, or ugly? Make that decision. Now, I used to frequent a bar, American Legion, back when I was a commander a few years ago. And not just there, we hear this all the time, but I have a habit of saying good morning to everyone. And right now, I'll tell you good morning. I don't care if it's 6 in the evening, noon, or 10 o'clock at night. It just comes out naturally. Good morning. But have you ever said good morning to someone and they came back and said, what's so good about it? Sure. It's kind of an automatic response also for a lot of people. And maybe you said it, hopefully in a jokingly manner. But I understand, even if we wake up and we're sick, our spouse is dying, our children are lost and confused, our job is uncertain despite whatever circumstances around us. Yeah, we can have a negative attitude. Sure, we can. And especially, maybe not so much us, but what if all of our family is also having those problems? Pandemic, like I said, the fear of the unknown, what's going on out there, will we have a job to look forward to tomorrow? And I know people have lost houses. And living in California, I know people that had to evacuate their houses because of fires. And that's just the reality a lot of us live in. Good, bad, ugly, it's a reality we all live in. But when we stay negative for too long, when we stay in that sympathy, that pity party for too long, it not just affects us, it affects everyone around us. Now, I do a lot of public speaking, and I love it. Years ago, there's no way I could even speak in front of a camera, let alone hundreds of people. But today, I love it. And one thing I had to find out is the smile's not always here. It might be here, it might be feeling happy inside, but unless you're looking in front of a camera on a regular basis, and I try to because I want to know what I look like, what's in here does not always come out to our facial expressions. So I'm going to teach you a little tip that I learned. Actually, I learned just a couple weeks ago. What can we do or say to put that smile on our face? And it may be different for you, it may be different for me. I'll tell you what I do. I always start something real quick and I'll say it real loud, sexy, sexy, sexy. Sexy, sexy, sexy. And that puts a smile on my face. Whether I'm sexy or not, it still gets me thinking I got something going on. And that's so important to find out that phrase, that look, that person that puts a smile on your face. And I know other people just say happy, 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 happy. And whatever it is that makes you smile, do it. That frown, that looking upset all the time, the anger in your eyes or any rest of your facial expressions, it's not very appealing. It isn't. I know you want to be a badass to come across that way. Hey, I've been through there also, a part of my journey from time to time. And there is a time you need to show a little confident, like, stay away from me. I don't want to talk to you right now. And you can still do that even with a smile, believe it or not. I do my best to pick and choose who, when, where, why I'm going to communicate at that moment. And you can decide that for yourself. You communicate whether you seem real approachable or not. It's okay to be serious. And we can be serious with a smile. We can be serious with a frown. We can look sad. We know our facial expressions, when they come out, people know whether it's a time to talk to you or not. I choose to have that smile. But I am in control of my own time management. I am in control of when, where, why I'm going to talk to you and what information I'm going to share. I am in control if I decide not to share anything. And we all are. And we could still do it with a smile. So I think I started this off talking about enthusiasm and what gets you excited in the morning. Hey, sometimes we have to wear different hats throughout the day, depending on our jobs, depending on maybe we're mentors, maybe we're just a different persona throughout the hours of the day. We're trying to do something different. We want to portray a different person. We just have to have a different role. Supervisor, manager, employee, and sometimes we're all those things at the same time. And you have to decide, am I in the mode where I'm going to mentor someone now or be a hard ass, whatever that may be? And it's okay to switch it up from time to time, but you have to know who you are, what makes you tick. Are you going to be optimistic or pessimistic? And I encourage you to be just the opposite. So the curiosity is a good part of our life to figure out what's going on around us. Curiosity can be a little bit eager about what's in store for us if we play our cards right. Like my shirt, play our cards right. I joking with someone a little while ago. I said, this is my poker shirt. I was talking to people in Vegas doing, actually I was speaking this morning in Vegas, virtually this time. I said, yeah, this shirt, it's the only thing I left Vegas with. Las Vegas has the rest of my belongings. It's not necessarily true, but it's funny. And that brings a smile to my face and my audience at the same time. Now, sometimes we're the lead of something, and we often step up to the challenge when we're pushed in that direction, when someone encourages us and says, "You can do it, we can do it." But when we let our head get so big, like we're the only one that can do it, that can cause failure. What I like to tell others is when you're at the lead of anything, when someone puts you at the forefront of anything, they're looking for your guidance, they're looking for your leadership. But understand, you and I, we may be driving the bus, we may be in charge of the train, but that's why we have to make sure we have a good supporting staff, optimistic supporting staff to help steer us in the right direction. Because if you're anything like me, I can get distracted fairly easily. It happens. So it's real important we surround ourselves with the right people, goofy or not, the right people to show that optimism. And I started this off talking a little bit about contagious. You and I are contagious. So it's real important, especially if we have children, they're watching us, they're looking at us. And if we're in leadership position of any organization, we're in a glass bowl, a bubble, and people are looking at not just what we say, they want to watch what we do. And we see it with politicians a lot. Hey, make sure you wear a mask, or you do this, or curfew, and don't visit these other stores. And then sometimes we catch them where they're not wearing their mask in public, where they are visiting these stores you're telling us to stay away from, where they're whatever. Wake up, people. We're all looking at each other, and we shouldn't have to scrutinize every single person we see. Because deep down inside, you and I are only responsible for ourselves. We're only responsible for our own actions. We are responsible for our children's actions too, and make sure you remember those kinds of things. But bring enthusiasm into your life, even in the worst moments. No one needs to see you sweat, especially the small stuff. And worry, when we worry about things, it causes stress, anxiety, depression, hypertension in our lives we don't need to deal with. Worry is usually something we have no control over. Understand, finances is a big deal. Health, wealth, and fitness in general is a big deal. And love. We all want to be successful in all those avenues, and we deserve the best of the best if you and I are willing to work for it. If you got that frown, if you're pessimistic, if you're always angry, always think the world owes you something, yeah, they owe you something. A kick in the rear. Get out of here. We don't need people with negative attitudes around us. You're kind of bringing down the aura of everyone else. You're stopping people from growing. You're making people believe that nothing matters in this world. Things do matter. Things do matter. And you and I need to find that better purpose of things that do matter and are important to us. And it's okay to change our vision, our motto, our goals, our outlook in life from our experiences and from surrounding ourselves with the right people who are contagious in the way that you and I really, really need. So I'm encouraging you, if it's coffee in the morning that gives you the energy, if it's a kick in the butt that gives you the energy, wearing a fancy shirt or even a fancy hat, if that brings a smile on your face and people around you, go for it. Whatever it is, don't go breaking a law to try to make a point and stand out. There's a lot of better ways to go out there and stand out, be respected, and live a happy life. You're in the office with Joseph SKODA. And once again, I just encourage you to do the best that you can do to show a positive outlook that is contagious for everyone around you. Have yourself a great day right now and go out there and make life happen. Bye. If you liked our show, please subscribe to our YouTube channel or find us on any social media platform, Instagram, of course, Facebook. Like, subscribe, share. We appreciate it. Let us know your thoughts and join our team. Anyways, we appreciate you staying tuned week after week, day after day, because we continuously build up our network to bring to you what you're asking for. Have a great day.